I'm going to show you how to do an intake. So you'll notice a new encounter is opened. So I'm going to pick the specialty and the visit type. Of course, you're always going to check for location, the provider, the correct patient, so the correct name and birth date, and then that you're in the correct encounter. So here we are. We've done those checks, and we are going to write that the patient is here for a diabetes check. And we will choose from the HPIs. So oftentimes a good place to start is here in the screening summary. One thing to note is in all of your templates, you have these panel controls that can expand and collapse each of the panels. So I'm going to collapse them all so you can see how the panels are organized. I'm going to, jump here to intake, So again, collapse all of these panels and you can see what's in each section. So you can move these around according to how you like to go about your intake. So usually vitals come first, and then reason for visit, medication, reconciliation, and allergies are important. So you might want to switch up these orders. So let's take review of systems, for example, and I might want to move that down here because I'm not going to be asking those things. And then you can just use these arrows to open up each individual section. And that way you usually don't have to scroll too much through sections that you're not going to use. So here we are at the top. We'll add the vital. So add, you can write the weight, if they're dressed with shoes, how tall they are. If you measure today, you can measure their height and click measure today. If you haven't measured them today, you carry forward the previous height. Let's add a temperature and a site, a blood pressure, and so forth. You know how to do this. Save and close. So you have the vitals. So another part of rooming is going through some screening questions, reconciling medications, and reviewing allergies. So let's go do that. So here in the patient information bar is a link called Screening Summaries. And here in the middle section is a part for tobacco use, alcohol use, and substance use. So we often start with tobacco use. If you want to know what you should be asking, you can click the little I next to tobacco, and it gives you the words that you should use. So, do you use tobacco or tobacco products regularly, occasionally, or recreationally? So you can say that. And then if the answer is the same as the previous answer, you can just write reviewed. If you want to go and get more detail or maybe change it up, you can click on the tobacco usage, and you can see that last time they said they smoked 10 cigarettes and now they smoke 2 cigarettes a day. And you can say okay. Alcohol is the next section. Again, click on the little I to find out what wording you should be using. Do you use any alcohol regularly, occasionally, or socially? And you can fill this in. So someone says they have two drinks weekly and they drank a month ago. And then you will have completed this. For substance use, again, click on the I and you'll find out what wording to use. Do you now or have you ever used illicit drugs regularly, occasionally, or recreationally? And you can complete this as appropriate. So Once you've done those sections, you can go to the PHQ-9 or 2 and enter the data from the screening forms that a patient has filled out. Hit the appropriate radio buttons, calculate the score, and make sure you've answered question 10. Save and close, and then save and close. Once you've done the screening summary, you keep on marching down, and you can do medication reconciliation. This is a rather big list, and I will go through that in another video. Allergies, you can review the allergies that are listed here. If the allergies are appropriate and there are no changes, you click Reviewed No Changes. And then you would generate your intake note. So click this button. It's going to take all the information you've already gathered and put it into a note for the medical record. And that's how you do an intake in NextGen.